Vamos ver se a Victoria nos vai ouvir. Depois vamos falar em inglês, que é a língua com a qual nós nos entendemos. Ela fala muito, muito bem inglês, melhor do que eu. A Victoria vai falar connosco a partir do Japão. Estou aqui à espera que ela se ligue. A partir do Japão, das Ilhas Goto. Deixem-me ver também no Messenger se ela está. Ok, admitir. Hello there, can you hear me? Hi,
Hey.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. I'm trying to figure out this tripod I'm using. Just give me a second.
So
please.
good to hear your voice again.
Oh, really? Oh, God. Look. You can't see me, can you?
No,
Can you?
not yet.
I wonder how can you see?
You would have to allow the computer to show the camera.
Okay.
So if you go down with your mouse and the arrow, you will see below on the left side a video camera icon.
Okay. You'll probably see my forehead right now, so I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you're at the Kominka.
Yeah, I'm at Kominka and I'm using this tripod. Using it for the first time in my life.
It's perfect and beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it look so. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yay.
Wow, thank you so much for joining us. So
No
late
problem.
for you. At the end of the day, you're probably tired, right? It was a working day, a regular working day.
Yeah, it was my regular working day. And now tripod is not giving me easy time. Oh. Are we like live, by the way? Or
everything's okay with the image. The place is gorgeous, as always.
Yeah, you see, I'm trying to use this tripod with automatic selfie stick so I can like adjust the direction of it, but it just fell down on me. But anyway, I hope it will not fall down anymore. Okay, let's hope so. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Oh no, it fell down again. Oh crap. Okay. Am I allowed to like swear?
Sure. No one will find it strange.
Okay, but you see, it's not.
Anyway, as the
I'll
camera moves, we get the chance to see more of the Kominka, so that's fine too.
No, I'll just think I'm just gonna hold my phone like that. This is Kominka. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. The image is kind of shaky, so I guess the connection is not perfect, but yeah, I can hear you.
It's shaky because I hold it with my hand.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. Wait, give me a second. Oh God. Do we have like a time limit? Are you like in a hurry?
No, I'm fine. You know, it's morning here. So, yeah, I'm fine.
Then I'll try again to set it up on a tripod. Go.
I can see you have to wear a mask inside. Even if you're inside, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, it's just because I'm not at home and I'm like in our work facility.
Yeah.
So I decided to be a bit cautious and wear a mask.
Have you been having tourists coming in and staying there?
Sorry?
Have you been receiving guests?
No. So 0 guests right now, and so the island is closed off right now.
Even Japanese people, because the Japanese can still travel around.
Well, basically we have this emergency situation in Japan, and it has been lifted from some prefectures, and it has been lifted from our Nagasaki prefecture, but our island, the government is still a bit like worried, and so no travelers from Japan or overseas especially, and right now they're considering to allow people only from Nagasaki prefecture to travel to our island since June, from June, but still it isn't decided yet. And our organization, we're now like debating about which facilities can we allow the visitors to use. So as you know, we have a church in Nozaki Island.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're thinking of allowing visitors to go to the church. So they will begin operating the boat which goes to the island, and they will open the church and other facilities on that island. But then we're an island, so if they come to Ojika and they go to see the church, they have to stay somewhere overnight, and which means the accommodations around the island, well, we have to, we talk to them and see who will open from June and who will close from June. Right now, our top of our organization, he doesn't want to open the kominka.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a bit messy. Yeah, so it's like my team is kominka team.
Mm-hmm.
And we are like, okay, so why are you opening the church but you're not opening kominka and stuff like that? Yeah, but it's okay, we'll figure it out.
It's a matter of time. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm doing these kinds of talks so I can get other people to know about these places. Probably they will not be able to visit this summer, or maybe not even this year, because it also depends on the circumstances of the frontiers. So, for instance, in my own country, the frontier is closed. It's like you really can't go anywhere. Even if some flights are operating, tourist flights it's not open yet. It might become open later, but not yet. So people are not really planning in detail their travels. Sometimes they have to cancel travels that they already planned. So I'm doing these talks so people can feel like they're there, talking to people from there, getting to know the places.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for showing us the place where you are. And I guess they're kind of curious, why is a beautiful European girl living in the end of Japan? So
yeah, my grandma is also curious.
So can you tell something about why do you decided, how it happened that you live now in Ojika and you work there and you live there and you're pretty much based there?
Yeah.
Which is kind of far away even for Japanese standards.
Yeah, like many Japanese people, most Japanese people, they don't know about the island. I found out about it only by chance. So when I first came to Japan, I lived in Tokyo for like 4 years, and then I was thinking that it's probably better if I work in a countryside, because if I work in Tokyo, maybe I'm not gonna make any difference, like, if I'm there or if I'm not there, there's so many foreigners there, but not many foreigners in the countryside. And not many Japanese people in countryside. Everyone is like moving out from countryside, so it's a shame, So I thought, okay, I'll go to countryside, try to find work there. And then I was thinking, okay, which countryside? Japan is so beautiful, and especially countryside. So I had my choices, and but I love the sea, so I was like, okay. And I traveled to an island called Sado Gashima, Sado Island, like 1 year before I decided to move to countryside. And I really loved it there because there's so many old traditional Japanese houses there, and the sea, and the nature is beautiful, and just the atmosphere. It gave me chills. It was so beautiful, and just very like Japanese. What the kind of Japan I grew to love, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and so I was like, okay, let's move to an island. Let's see what kind of islands are there. And I began researching, and I found out about this project called Re Shima. Shima is island in Japanese, so it's Re. I googled videos on YouTube, so if you want to check, so it's RE, and then Shima as in like kanji, the Japanese character for island. And so there were like a few videos introducing islands, Tsushima and Goto Islands, not my island though. And then Yakushima, Iki, and I checked all those videos and I really liked them. I was like, okay, I want to move to one of those islands. And then I began reading books about they called Rito. Rito is like separated islands because Japan is an island. So the term for smaller islands is Rito. So and then in one book, this island was mentioned, and at that time I was looking up all the words which had the island in them, the character. And so I looked up this island, and I found the page of the company I'm working for now, and so I saw this like ancient houses, kominka, and other projects they're doing. I was like, yeah, these guys, they're doing the best, they're trying hard, because other islands they were doing stuff, I'm not saying I'm not trying hard, but this page really stood out for me because the design was really good, and I just really loved what they do with these old houses. So, and they were looking for stuff for Japanese. Well, they didn't have any advertisement in English for English people to apply. So I just applied as a Japanese person. And it kind of worked because it's the first ever foreign person applies, and so I'm curious. It's not hard to find a job in the countryside, I think. If you're a foreigner and want to find a job in the countryside, you have your foreign card. And like foreigners who live in Japan, you should know this term foreign card, because we get a bit of a special treatment here because we're foreigners. So I think I just got the job because I'm a foreigner.
Yeah, it's like a free pass for small mistakes.
Yeah. So if you do something, I remember. Okay, I don't know. If I should voice it, but when I was studying in Kyoto, when I was still an exchange student, I parked my bike in a place I shouldn't park my bicycle, and then policemen came, and they're like, oh, in Japanese you shouldn't park your bicycle here. I'm just like, oh no, I don't understand. Wakarimasen, And they're like, okay, you go. I was like, yeah, I go. Yeah, it's bad. Don't do this. But yeah, so I just got this job kind of easily because I'm a foreigner. But to be honest, this company is, not many people apply, so they don't have much choice. So even Japanese people can get work here easily if you're just willing to work.
That's one of the things that I want to bring focus about, is the fact that probably this happens in other countries as well. I know this happens in my own country as well. There are a lot of great projects, startups, new companies working on renovating sites, creating sustainable economies within certain localities, but in places that are not big cities, you know, in places where you have that standard issue of decreased population, younger people going to the big city and only the elderly remain there, and you don't have children's anymore, and you had a decline in industry, so no more factory work available and that kind of stuff. So in places like that, and in Japan, as you said, there are jobs available, and usually living conditions are incredible because you live in a really safe, clean, nice environment with organic food available, things like that. So things that in a certain lifestyle, if you value that kind of things, you can actually live in those places better than in the big city. But it needs to be a certain kind of person. You know, the person that also is open to adapt to the values and systems, and how do people work in that place, how they live, what they do. Because I realize that there's a fair amount of adjustment to do when we work in Japan. I guess that going to Japan into a city is already like that, but going to Japan to Inaka, a very small small place far away from everything, it's even more of a challenge, right?
There's so much to say about this. So when I lived in Tokyo, I moved to Tokyo, I was excited. When I wasn't studying in Kyoto, I came over to Tokyo to see my friends, and I loved it. I didn't like Kyoto, as in like when I was there. Now I love it. But so I wanted to try living in Tokyo, and for my personal experience. So before moving there, I imagined, okay, Tokyo, I'll go shopping, I'll go to all these cool restaurants and cafes, I'll go out, I'll go clubbing, I'll go to galleries and museums. And I did some of that. And then I found myself gradually spending my all free time, which I mean weekend. On weekdays, I didn't even go out much. But my weekends were spent in the mountains next to Tokyo, at the beach next to Tokyo. I was like, okay, I'm gravitating towards nature. So what's the point of me living in Tokyo? Yeah, so I really love, I need nature in my life. So Tokyo has parks, and it has mountains, and it has sea, which is 1 hour train away, which is great. But then I still lived in a small apartment, I lived in a very central area in Nakameguro, and which everyone was like, wow, that's great. I was like, yeah, but the apartment was small. And like Tokyo is a man-made city. It's when I visit there now, I'm surprised I live there, because I don't want to, I'll sound negative if I say this negative word. It's kind of fake. I don't feel.
Yeah, it's like, not real Japan, definitely.
Well, I wouldn't say so, because everyone has their own Japan. Some people are not much in Tokyo. It has all these narrow streets. It has great areas like Yanaka, Nezu, like those downtown Tokyo. But still, another thing I felt there, I was really lonely, I guess, because, I was work or stuck in my small apartment. And I'm not a very, I don't like crowded places, and stuff like that. If you don't like crowded places and where lots of people gather, like Tokyo is not a good option for you, maybe, my friend. Yeah. And even in like I live in Tokyo, I don't like crowded places. You don't have to go to Shibuya or Shinjuku. You can go to like other neighborhoods, which are less crowded. Still, it felt like not lonely. It felt concrete. It felt like people, buildings, park here and there,
Yeah.
It's yeah. So I'm here now, and I chose nature kind of thing, and really I am suitable. It really suits me well being here. And so the population of my island is 2,400 people.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I do much more socializing here than I did in Tokyo, with millions of people in there.
Yeah.
Didn't know the face of my neighbor. Here, like so much social, like everyone knows me, everyone greets me. Going to a supermarket is like going to meet my friends.
Yes, and
Because
everyone
I
has
end up
something to
chatting with.
tell you. The thing about the gossip. Everyone has something to tell you about someone else,
Yeah,
which is something
yeah.
I find really funny in those
You
kinds of
find it
things.
funny. You see, it's good because are you extroverted or are you introverted?
I think I'm more extroverted.
Which means I think okay, so many things to consider before moving. Okay, you were considering to moving to the countryside, just go and move, and then you can move out if you don't like it. But the thing you should consider for introverts, I think countryside might be very difficult place to live, because so much socializing and so much people connection.
Yeah, it's the
So
exact opposite of what most
yeah,
people think. Because most people
yeah,
think that if you are in a big city like Tokyo or Kyoto or Osaka, you have a lot of things going on, you know a lot of people, and a lot of people hang out with you and things like that. And if you go
mhm,
to countryside, you're very isolated, you cannot talk to anyone. But my personal experience is the complete opposite. The smaller community you go, the more like adopted into their community family you become, in a sense that it's impossible to have a complete private life. Everyone will talk about you and know stuff about you, and that's just normal. That's how they take care of each other.
yeah. Yeah, it's like a family, like it's just a
Yeah.
big family with lots of relatives, grandmas, aunts, you know. So before moving here, I didn't even realize that I didn't even think I'm extroverted, I'm introverted. But then after moving here, like, and after living here for 1.5 years, I was exhausted. I was so exhausted because first I was excited. I wanted to make friends and go out. And then I found myself just struggling to breathe because I didn't have the work was very busy, and then after work drinking and socializing. On the day off, I'm sitting at home, and people will come over and like offer me things, which is very kind and stuff. But still, um, yeah. So now I'm finally like finding my balance of my private time and work and social time. Corona actually helped a lot because I worked here already for 2 summers, so
Yeah.
2 years. I survived 2 summers. Summer is a very busy season, tourist season here, so it was really hard. And I arrived in June, so I was just like
Wow.
thrown into it. Yeah, and so now I'm just like, oh, this is so nice. I really needed a break. Yeah, and the social distancing, introverts are like, yeah, yeah.
Some time for
Um,
myself.
yeah. So, oh yeah, I can, read books and just, watch Netflix. Great. Um, yeah. So, but still, okay, so now I know I'm introverted. So, but still, you can find your balance now after 2 years living here. I made some good friends. I don't feel like pressured. Before, I felt pressured to go out and socialize and, let's say, create my my space in the community. Going like, dig into community. But so now I feel like accepted. I feel like, okay, I don't have to try so hard, and I just can chill finally. Yeah. So
And the work you're doing there, just let me tell you, is amazing, because I'm gonna tell also for the people watching the video that don't know. So it's really, really rare, uncommon, difficult, nearly impossible to find English-speaking people in the countryside in Japan. And it was almost like a miracle that in a place like Ojika, in Goto Islands, for instance, it's really, really rare. And the Wondertrunk company is one of the companies that have staff that speak English wonderfully. But you also in Ojika Island, and you are there permanently, at least for now, which means that everyone contacting Ojika Island tourism, if they really need help in English, they will be driven towards you and you will be answering emails and trying to contact with companies or groups or services that want to take people there to Ojika Island. And that is amazing because it's really rare in Japan. And I think it makes a difference because when foreigners access websites, when they access online platforms and they want to book their vacations or an escapade of the weekend or something like that, if they don't see the content in English, if they can't send an email and get an answer back, they certainly don't choose to go there because they don't feel they will have the ability to actually explore the place. They will think like, how would I book my stay? How would I rent a bike? How would I book the boat to travel around? So if they feel like they have some exchange of emails with someone in English, like you, like what happened to us, it really helps them to discover that place and consequently to invest also and kind of move the economy around, which is ultimately what we all want. We want that people to discover those kinds of places because we believe they're gorgeous. You do, I do too. And we believe that those places really can do something good with the investment that the tourists give them. So having someone that speaks English, writes back to the emails in English, it's really, really something. Do you feel like the rest of Goto Islands, and particular Goto Islands, because you're there, but also Nagasaki Prefecture, how good, how developed or not do you think they are in terms of knowing what foreigners want and how to deal with them?
Well, about the English stuff, Kamigoto, I think, and Fukue, so neighboring bigger islands, they have English stuff too. So I think if you write to them in English, they will reply to you. But how to say? I don't know what to say. How developed they are. I think they're fine. I think so. The foreign stuff are there, so they will do their best to assist you as much as they can. Yeah, they're still there, so you should be able to find some accommodation stuff. I know that there is also an English Facebook page there. So yeah, gradually, it's not even only foreigners starting to move to countryside. Well, also Japanese people, they're starting to move to countryside too because, they're just tired of busy work life and they want to have a more healthy lifestyle and just more happy life. So after the Fukushima disaster, so after radiation and stuff, it was like, I think, the first boom of people moving to countryside. That's what I read in a book when I was considering moving here. So many people who were mentioned in the book, it was a book about people who moved to countryside and how they're doing there now, Japanese people. So they moved from Tokyo and places like that after the radiation crisis and stuff like that. So I think now after Corona, it's going to be a second boom. I think definitely people will start moving to countryside again.
That makes
in a
sense.
way. Yeah, because well, now they realize how cities can be dangerous. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, coming back to Goto, sorry. I think you'll be fine. And even Japanese, even if let's say they don't have the Japanese speaking stuff, English speaking stuff, Japanese people are usually like super nice and polite, and they take their work very like super serious. So they go step 1, 10 steps further, and they will do their best to answer your emails and assist you as much as possible. So yeah, I think you should be brave and travel to countryside, even if they're like no English, fluent English speakers there. Like, because people will try their super like 100-200% to assist you.
What are the best things about where you live? What do you feel like, oh, I really want to share this with everyone else?
So I guess it's like this kind of houses, so where you can stay in. So as accommodation, staying at this kind of house, I think it's really cool and like super much better than like hotels and stuff. It's a bit some people say, oh, it's a bit pricey, but then some people say, oh, it's really cheap for the kind of accommodation this is. But then the scenery, the nature, of course, and the雰囲気, the atmosphere, the feeling of the island. It's very old school Japan, and the people you'll see there, like people are so much kinder here than in Tokyo. Everyone smiles and greets you. Like not greeting person here is considered to be rude. And like if I fail to greet someone because I'm spacing out, or doing something in my phone, they might like how to say, tease me the next time. Hey, you didn't greet me like that. Oh, I'm sorry. So greeting, smiling, chatting. People will probably ask you where you're from. So yeah, just people, the atmosphere of the city, and like the old buildings, the old kind of Japan. The street view is really beautiful. In summer, the beaches, the sea, of course, super gorgeous. My friends say it's more beautiful than Okinawa. I don't know, but I've never been to Okinawa. It's really beautiful in summer.
One of the things that I usually say to people, because at least, I don't know if it's like that in all Europe, but at least in Southern Europe, going to the beach, it's a major thing. For Portuguese, Spanish, Italians, Greeks, it's like the summer is going to the beach. So most people have an idea that if you want to go to a foreign place or a resort, you go to other kinds of places, but not Japan. So they don't consider Japan to be a destination in which you can enjoy going to the beach or camping near the beach or water sports, things like that, or fishing, things like that. And I always tell people, Japan has, of course, beautiful, gorgeous shrines and temples, and you can do walks and climb and hiking and mountaineering and such. So cultural and natural trails, you could do that kind of programs, but you can also do beach, coastline, for sure. And it's, of course, not just Okinawa. Okinawa is great, and everything is already set up. It's prepared for mass tourism on the beach side. If you want resorts and beach bars with cocktails, go to Okinawa. You'll have a blast. But if you want to go to a beach that looks private, looks exclusive, it's like a luxury, because you are in a beach in zero pollution. The water is completely transparent. You can see the fish, and no one is there. Because even if you're not in a deserted island, if you are in an island like Ojika or other islands in Goto, people don't usually use the beach that much during the summer. So if you
Mm-hmm.
go there, you'll probably be the only group of people there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel
Yeah.
like that is real luxury. Luxury is not necessarily something that is really expensive. Real luxury is having an exclusive, original, unique, authentic experience. Even if it's for free, it's luxury. That's at least
Yeah.
my perception of it. So I always
Yeah.
tell people that don't be narrow-sighted in terms of what Japan can offer you, because it's a huge country and you can have all sorts of experiences. And one of the things that I remember was precisely when we came back from Nozaki Island with the group of the Wondertrunk team, and we went to that bar at night.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but you were kind of freaking out because everyone in the bar was drunk. We're
Yeah,
all
I remember.
fishermen, by the way, middle-aged fishermen, and they
Yeah, I
were all
was so angry.
completely drunk. And I could see your face, and you were like, I have guests here. Don't
Yeah,
mess
I'll kill
around
you
with
guys.
me.
Yeah, it's so yeah, it's just every day. Yeah.
Because you were worried because you wanted us to feel good. You wanted us to feel fine. You wanted us to go back to our offices and give a good review of everything and develop the programs. And that's understandable. But you can see that Pierre, for instance, which is Italian, by the way,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
already appears in other videos in this channel. Pierre
Mm.
and I, am Portuguese, and everyone was pretty much, oh, that's so typical. That's so nice. This is
Yeah.
a real fisherman bar with everyone drunk. This is a great experience. So, like, from your point of view, this is like, this can go really wrong.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But
yeah.
from our point of view, it's like, this is an amazing experience.
Yeah, 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 that's good. No, thanks God. Yeah, because as you say, it might go I like either way. Yeah, because I know you guys were tired, you just came in the evening. And there are women in your group
Yeah, sure.
and drunk fishermen, even in Japan. I'm not sure how will you be like okay with their like whatever jokes or whatever. But yeah, as you said, it turned out well. I think why I was freaking out so bad because I thought we had the place booked for you guys, and there will not be any other like drunk fishermen. But then we come over and everyone is drunk, and then the owner is drunk. I'm just like, oh my, yeah,
But they were the kind of happy drunk.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese are very, like rarely. Well, on this island at least, there are not many aggressive drunks here. Yeah, so it turned out really well, thanks God. You got the fish, you were telling me the next day that he came out and just returned with a live fish.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just let me tell everyone. So we went to
Yeah.
this bar, and a couple of them, I think it was two of them, they just, because they were fishermen, they just told us, oh, you're such a nice people, you're so friendly, and everyone, because like 10 minutes later they are best friends because they're drunk. So they were like, oh, I'm going to the sea now with my boat and I'm going to catch a fish for you and we'll have proper fresh fish. And they just left, and you and me and Pierre and everyone that was aware of what he was saying, we were kind of worried because he will go to the high sea completely drunk at midnight or something. And he actually came back with the fish in a plastic bag, and he just delivered the fish to the man in the bar, which is also a very good musician. So
Yeah,
he plays
yeah.
music and serves at a bar, and he was like, what is this? And the guy literally just went to the sea to catch fish for us in the middle of the night because he was feeling like it. So that's something that I never forget. The other thing that I'll never forget is the fact that some of them actually share really nice stories with us, personal stories about them, as you said, having lived in a big city, having lived in an environment in which they felt a lot of pressure, work-related pressure, and they become sick physically and mentally, and they choose to leave their life behind and kind of retire a little earlier and go to live there. And one of those was a man that said he actually had cancer, and he got cured from cancer after moving to the island. So of course there's a lot of factors going in, health-wise, mentally-wise, but I think it's amazing that their perception, their life story is told like, they tell it like that. It's like, I was sick, I was not in a good place, my body was falling apart, I had cancer, I was fed up with everything, and I moved here and I'm fine and I'm alive and I don't care if I have cancer or not, and I keep living. I shouldn't be living anymore, but I keep living. And that kind of mentality really struck me as a very, very authentic story of someone that was right there in front of us telling us that, and drinking a lot also. But that was amazing. Do you have some really amazing story that someone told you or you saw for yourself?
About I don't think I can come up with a story, but while you were saying this, I was thinking how it's very typical story of well, actually both. So people who are originally from this island, you know, once they graduate high school, they go out of from the island. Most of them, like 90%, 98%, and then they experience life. Like their parents want the children to leave, and so they leave and they experience life. Some like it, and so they stay, and some, let's say, fail. Well, not fail, but you know, get
It's
sick,
not
or yeah, they don't like the job or something like that. So they decide to, well, I said, oh, I don't like, I called it fail. Okay, let's say they rediscover their home, you know, because they don't appreciate it, you know, while they're here. But once they leave the island, they find out how awesome it is. So my coworker, now my team is like half people from who originally are not from the island, and half people who are from the island. And so all the people who are from the island, they moved out and they came back. And so one of them was telling us how, so okay, he left the island, and he got this job, whatever, in Fukuoka. And you know, he was like, yeah, I was walking around streets and I'm so used to greeting people, saying hi, smiling. And so, you know, I try, you know, I know my neighbors, but my neighbors like ignore me and like look at me like I'm a freak. I'm like, oh. And so he said, oh, I felt so sad, you know. Yeah, but luckily his company went bankrupt, and and so soon he moved back. Yeah, so this kind of stories. And then about the sickness. Wow, I'm happy you took it in a very cute and happy way, but you know, it just this is the countryside, you know, and people don't have much to talk about besides their sickness. They love talking about their cancers. They love their cancers, and they love, like, especially the older people get, you know, the more we talk about it. And then about the cancers, oh my god, so many people have the liver cancer, stomach cancer, like they drink too much, like they drink so much here, and so they get the cancer. So I have let's say a friend here. He's like now 70 years old. He got the cancer, the liver cancer, because he always drunk, but happy, you know. And then he cut the cancer out, you know, and start drinking again.
Yeah, they don't care.
Again got the cancer, and you know, and so I go out drinking with him. He's like, I bet he's maybe worried and scared, but you know, he doesn't show it every time we go drink. And you know, he talks about his cancer and makes fun of it, you know, and like everyone jokes how, oh, you should stop drinking, your doctor will kill you. He's like, I don't care. Yeah. So yeah. And so we go out drinking with these old guys, you know, with cancers, and then one has a diabetes, one has a cancer, and they both talk about it all the time. You know, they talk about the hospital visits and how the nurses are sexy, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, they talk about that a lot.
they enjoying their 70s, you know, and they talk about how when they were young they were like super crazy, drinking all the time, dancing on a rooftop and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, people, you don't, you know, you talk, oh, everyone talks, so it's so nice, so sweet, and it's just like, yeah, it's sweet, but kind of like in a different way sweet, kind of like
I guess if
like,
you visit there or if you live there, it's different.
yeah, because yeah, and I no, it's interesting for me to see how you took that story, you know, like,
Yeah, and
oh, you know,
I
it's so
took that
personal.
story that way also because I felt like it was a sharing moment, you know, because
Yeah, yeah,
because I don't live there permanently, and
yeah.
even the people that I want to go and visit there, they will always be just tourists, so they will always just stay there for a short amount of time. So I guess for a person that does that kind of visit and doesn't live there permanently, having these sharing moments is something that can become something they remember in their trip, something they feel like it's special. Of course, if you live there and you know the whole thing, it's a completely different story.
No, it's fine. Like, it's great. Yeah, it's definitely a bonding moment. Yeah, it's fine. But when you say like, oh, cancer, I was like, oh no, not again. Not the cancer story.
Good for you is too much.
Yeah, it's like, so yeah, but yeah, it's good. I'm happy. So I'm happy that the visitors take it, you know, that way. It's just like, oh,
Yeah, I
bonding.
guess so. I guess other things that people would really, really appreciate, I did appreciate. And I guess that everyone that goes there, as in a program in which I suggest to go to Goto Islands, I always say like this: you can have the experience of a Japan that you feel like no longer exists, but still exists there.
Yeah.
It's like the stuff from the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you were saying about going to the beach and stuff. So I was just thinking, yeah, there's no beach culture here on this island. People swim in their clothes. I think before it was better. I saw like some old pictures of people swimming in bathing suits. Now, nuh-uh. Like, everyone has a t-shirt and shorts on. So they're really shy, I guess, in that way. And also, I think sea here is regarded as a deity and like a goddess, the goddess of the sea. And it's, you know, there's also fishermen here, so this is like their job. It's their working place, you know. They go, so they respect the sea a lot. So it's not the place to have fun, you know. It's, yeah, it's kind of like it's their part. I don't know. So they don't get excited by the sea how we do, I guess.
Yeah, they definitely don't have that beach resort kind of culture.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say, but I go to the beach. I don't care. I'm a foreigner. I have my foreign card, remember? And and I wear a swimming suit, of course. And I was just thinking, so for visitors who will come here, I think it's so awesome. You'll rent out a bicycle, you know, and you will first maybe get some snacks and treats on like on our shopping street. You have like a tin can, and then you throw a coin, you know, and you take a vegetable. So there's no one selling
no
them,
one's
actually.
there. Yeah, I love those places.
Yeah, if you come in summer, get yourself a melon, get yourself a watermelon, put them on your bike on the basket, you know, grab some sandwiches, and then cycle through like rice paddies, you know. In summer they're already green. Cycle through like trees, rice paddies along the coast. It's like you'll rent a bicycle probably at the ferry terminal, There's also a guest house where you can stay and rent a bicycle.
Yeah.
And so you arrive at the beach in maybe 20 minutes, half an hour if you take your sweet time,
Yeah.
And then,
And
it's going to be empty.
If it's someone that is kind of afraid of the exercise, because I know those kinds of people also exist, they have electrical bikes too.
Yeah, electrical bikes is like, you have wings on your legs. It's so easy breezy, cover girl. But like, it's just the smooth sailing, and it's so easy. And actually now on the beach in summer we have like this local guy who does like the stand-up paddle boarding, so
I
you can do that.
I did that in Fukue. You have that in Ojika now?
Yeah, we have it in Ojika. We have so this local business who runs SUP and like banana boat and stuff like that. But still, it's not like crazy, There's like not many visitors. And another beach which I like, Japanese people, they're like public beach, and they go only to the public beach. So there is one non-public beach, which is like this. Have you been there? Like this? The how to say? The volcano crater. What used to be volcano crater is now a cliff, and there is like a beautiful white sand beach beneath it, and the private beach, and no one is ever there. Like locals never go there because it's not a public beach. So when I feel like, okay, I really need to recharge, I just go there, and spend the day there, and no one is there, and it's absolutely snorkeling there, like so many fishes and stuff. So it's like resorts again. So like I guess authentic and just pure nature, nothing man-made. And just like this feeling of Japanese countryside on top of that. So like cycling through the rice paddies and like all these old streets where you can buy fruit and stuff, like all of this adds up to the experience. And by the way, what I'm once Corona is past, we'll try to push it through. We have a homestay, but we have like a homestay where you stay with local families, like fishermen and stuff. But we have another new homestay. It's in Kominka, so in a very old house, but it's a bit different from this kind of house. This house is like, it's like very rich,
sort of a samurai house.
Yeah, it used to be a samurai house, so it's like elegant and fancy. So this homestay, the new homestay we have, it's also used to be a rich family owned house, but they renovated it with no modern twist. Like we renovated this houses with like a modern twist and stuff, with fancy, elegant furniture and stuff. But so that homestay is like old Japan and old lifestyle. So you cut woods and then you heat up your bath to take a bath, like with a stove under it, which heats up the water. And then you go fishing in them. They have like vegetable garden stuff, all usual like countryside homestay. But the building is gorgeous, and they renovated it. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Like, it's so pretty. And I know as a foreigner who loves that kind of Japan, if you're seeking for this authentic, old, rustic Japan, then that homestay is, I super recommend it 200%.
Something that didn't exist like last year.
Yeah, it's new. So the couple running it, they're not locals, they're from Tokyo. And I want to point out that actually people who move here, they appreciate the countryside more. Local people, it's like they're so used to it, they don't, it's the sea, it's the country, like they don't care. But people like that couple running the homestay, like they get it. They get it how amazing this place is. And so they put all of the charm of the island in their house and in what they do. They of course use local ingredients. So they try to practice the countryside living, like the sustainable living kind of stuff. So they use like local ingredients and stuff. And again, they renovated the house. It took them 2 years because they renovated like little by little, and so we didn't hire anyone. They renovated it themselves. Well, there's one guy, like how to say, the carpenter, their friend, and so 3 of them renovated the house. And the couple who's running, like they're a married couple, they're kind of young, you know, in the 30s, and super lovely, super friendly, love drinking.
That's the kind of people that I keep seeing in places like that in Japan. That also happens in Fukue, that also happens in other places that I have been. It's like a new wave of people, and we are all around 30 years old. It's like around that age. Either foreigners or Japanese from big cities like Tokyo, that, as you said, we get it. It's like, it's something that is really difficult to express and to define, but we get the true value, the true uniqueness of things. And we kind of want to invest in that. A sustainable living, a sustainable architecture, a sustainable lifestyle, a good balance between work and time, quality of life and income. Of course, they are really smart to invest in a house like that, because they can have their income and they can move there permanently and receive guests, which is also something that I guess everyone working in this mindset also values a lot, is the fact that your work makes other people happy. Basically, it's like that. You receive people in your house, or you receive people, guests that are visiting the island as tourists, or I write programs and I'm a consultant for people who want to know more about Japan, because we all want to make them happy. Happier people. And that's something that is really important in your job, to have a focus on what is the value I'm creating, what is the happiness I'm sharing. If what I'm doing is kind of creating or destroying something. And I'm all pro creating. And I guess that everyone working in this kind of projects also are. I'm really happy that they created that homestay, because I guess there are more demand, more curiosity also towards homestay programs now. And I think that it's becoming more common. Yeah. And also, I just want to add, for everyone watching us, that it's kind of the end of the world, but it's accessible. So you have ferries from Sasebo, which is the fastest one, the one I took there. So the ferry from Sasebo is a big city, by the way. You can get to, because it has, for instance, it has a settlement of the military, and it's a city on its own. So you can get to Sasebo from Nagasaki. It means you can go by Shinkansen to Nagasaki, and then take like another train or a bus and go to Sasebo port. And in Sasebo port, you have the ferry to Ojika Island. And I guess it took like 1 hour and a half or 1 hour and 15 minutes, something like that. And I will not advise you to buy the ticket on the last minute, as we did, because that was kind of a rush. Sasebo port is huge. It's really, really big. So it's like you get into the port, and to the deck, it's still 50 minutes walking. So you have that ferry, but you also have a boat access directly from Fukuoka, for instance. They have that huge modern boat that was, I guess, he started sailing last year. It was brand new when I used it. Also from Fukuoka directly to Goto Islands, and they stop in many of the islands, also in Ojika. And those are the main access, I think. Do you remember any other way to access?
Basically, if you are planning or interested, email me and I will in detail explain to you all the access and stuff. If you're like worried, I will even help you to book the ticket and stuff. Well, first of all, and then so as you said, Sasebo, and then in Fukuoka, and the ferry. I think for people who want to save time, and for example, want to travel from Fukuoka, it's a night ferry.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So you can, spend your whole day in Fukuoka, and then take the ferry. You can board the ferry at 9 p.m., but the ferry leaves the port at, I think, 11 p.m. And yeah, so you can start sleeping from 9 p.m. It's up to you. Or you can like get on the ferry until like at 11.
Yeah.
And then it arrives to Ojika in morning for some hardcore. But we at the ferry terminal we have the restrooms, not toilets, but like resting rooms, with like this kind of tatami floor and pillows and covers and stuff, so you can catch up on sleep there, like right at the ferry terminal, so you don't have to go anywhere. And some accommodation, for example, the homestay I just mentioned to you, they offer to pick you up, and get you to their place. So, and this kind of lodging too. So, yeah, so the options are there. And but so it depends which route you take. If from Fukuoka, it's also very convenient, just wake up and you're on the island. And then from Sasebo, also it's very fast. The speedboat, it's 1 hour and a half. Yeah. So, and the Sasebo port is really cool. I think I like it. It's really beautiful, and it has Starbucks.
And I was surprised. It has a very modern feeling because it has a shopping mall, a lot of restaurants. That deck in front of the port, like you can be in the cafe taking a frappuccino and seeing one of the busiest ports in Nagasaki Prefecture. Is huge, and it's very international because of the military base of the Americans. So they have, of course, a lot of Americans and their families, but they also have another type of foreigners. So they have Brazilians, they have Italians, Spanish, they have people from everywhere there. So that international feeling kind of surprised me in that short amount of time. And then, of course, I went back to Sasebo and I spent a few days there, and I realized how international it was. And I wasn't expecting that. I think it's even more open-minded and international than Nagasaki per se, Nagasaki-shi, which kind of surprised me. But then again, I realized why Nagasaki is like that. It's sometimes in the head of the prefecture, you always have the more conservative groups of people, and I think that's what happens there also.
Yeah, Sasebo even has like foreign bar, like where foreigners gather, something like that. But but because for example, I guess me and you we want to experience Japan and stay away from foreigners. So I guess Ojika is better for that. But if you like foreign community and hang out with foreign community, then Sasebo is for you.
So what are your plans for chilling out for the rest of the Corona season? Now we don't have spring and summer anymore. Now we have Corona season.
Yeah, Corona season. Right now, my company is waiting for the decision of the prefectural government if we will receive a budget for Corona. So if we do get that budget, we'll have to work for it. So now I'm working I'm working a lot anyway. But now I have lots of days off. Like I work maybe 4 days per week. I'm supposed to, but I still work more. But and then if we get the budget, the working will go back to normal. So we have the usual working week, and then we'll have to do some projects for after Corona ends, kind of thing. But right now, I'm filming videos and like posting them on YouTube and stuff. Yesterday I
Yeah,
was filming the video, taking photos for SNS and stuff.
yeah,
And
about
then
that.
actually
Want to
us, the Ojika Island, as especially for foreigners. But then with Corona thing, you know, I think they're bad timing for us, right? But still, they're still giving me some like work for that. So Ojika will be featured in the magazine Tokyo Weekender next
Wow,
month.
that's a big thing.
Yeah. So I didn't write the article, no, but like you know, I kind of supported and provided information and stuff. Yeah, so this kind of like little jobs
Tokyo
I can do
Weekender
here and
is
there.
it's a big break.
Thank you. Lucky us. Okay. But yeah, um, yeah,
So
I'm one. Yeah.
so if you have the links for your videos, the videos you're filming there, I want to share them too. So just send me through Messenger and then I will put the
Yeah.
links to your videos on the
Yeah.
description
Thank you.
of this video so people can
Yeah.
go there directly and see what you have been filming.
Thank you so much. I am not the professional though, so don't expect for me to blow your mind away. But yeah,
It's
thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you
How
so
about
much
you?
for
No
talking
problem.
with me and with everyone that will see this thing that it's not
Yeah.
professional either, but we're kind of
No,
just
but
sharing what we love.
yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm just sorry about the angle. I'm like, I'm not
Oh,
good
it's
with
okay.
tripod. I
The
hope
house
you
is
can fix
beautiful.
it. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking like I kind of got the permission to show you around the house. Would you like to see the house? Do you have
Oh
time?
yeah, sure.
Okay, then I'll have to disconnect the oh I'll have to disconnect the tripod. Wait. Um uh, so so this is like a traditional Japanese tatami living room, right? Well, we have like a table here which I'm now using and stuff. It can be used as a bedroom too, and like large windows and stuff. There is like traditional Japanese garden there. This now it's evening, so it lights up. You can't see there probably much, but like you see a bit of a light up. And then if we go out, oh, here is the entrance. I'll have to switch on the light. Sorry. Oh God, I should have done it before. Sorry. So when I was saying we renovated the kominka with the modern twist, I meant
Yeah,
like
I remember the house where we stayed. I don't know if it was that one, but it was also a cominca.
no, it's a
And
different one. Yeah.
yeah, and the house we stayed in had a pretty modern kitchen and bathroom.
Yeah. So here you can see the kitchen, right? And this is like a lounge area with TV and tables and like sofa. Let me switch on more light. Lots of light everywhere. You see the interesting, so introducing traditional Japanese architecture. If you look here, it's called doma. So before it was like a workplace where the servants used to work, or well the owners used to work and do like cleaning and maybe preparing some food. So it used to be like a dirt floor.
Yeah.
But now
Just
we kind of added like this tiles here. And this floor continues here into the like a dining area.
with tables
And
and chairs. That's also very
yeah,
modern.
yeah, modern stuff. I don't know if you can see through the window, but you can see the port.
Oh
So you
yeah,
can
you're
see.
right next to the water.
Yeah, you were getting drunk in the restaurant there. You
Yeah,
can
I
see
know
it.
that. I remember those windows.
Yeah, I know. We have like old stuff from the house, so like piano and like all kind of decorations we kept, you know. And also traditional Japanese houses, they have like a house's
Yeah,
diary.
the gods of the
Yeah,
ancestors.
And the ancestors are also in the, no, that's the deity. In the garden also they have like a small shrine and stuff. Yeah, and so this kind of, it's not a closet, but whatever this is, like lots of old stuff is the architecture. And here we actually have like a microwave is hiding here. So we kind of incorporated all of this technology so it's not a sore on the eye. For example, we have the air conditioning hiding behind the wooden, like wood bars, you know, so it doesn't ruin the atmosphere. And so yeah, the dirt floor is like below, and so you have to go above, step up to go onto like a how to say,
the main place, the living room.
Yeah, the main.
Those houses are usually very big. I realized that they can fit maybe 8 people maximum.
This one is 6 people for safety reasons.
Yeah. So it's ideal for families or groups.
Yeah, ideal for families and groups. And I wanted to mention that the person who is behind the project of renovating these houses. So these houses were donated by the owners to the government of Ojika Island. Mm-hmm. And then the Ojika Island, together with Alex Kerr, who is a Japanologist and who's like a researcher, and he's a big deal in Japan. And he was a curator behind the renovation project. So you can see it, for example, this used to be like a wall, you know, so the pillar is left, but he got rid of the walls, and so he made it more spacious and brighter. But still, you know, lots of traditional elements were kept, like this mud wall, traditional like wall of Japanese architecture, which is made of mud and straw and kind of like like natural materials. You can see the texture here. Yeah. But yeah, so rustic together with modern. I don't know if you can see like wooden carvings here as well, you know?
Yeah, they are beautiful. And it really makes a difference in the summer. It really makes a difference, those details, because the air, the house can breathe because it's so humid, it's so moist, and it's so hot that if the house doesn't breathe, you feel like you're inside a oven. So it's really important to have those features in the architecture.
Yeah. And so Japanese houses, they're elevated. They're like, as I said, so the dirt floor is below, and then you go step up because they need to have some open space beneath the house, so it gets ventilated. I'm taking you to the bathroom. Bathrooms are modern.
Yeah.
And they're great. Like Japanese people love baths, you know, they love taking baths. So we have the wooden bath, you know, it smells amazing. Ooh. Japanese people go crazy for it.
Yeah, because when it's pine, it smells really, really great with hot water. The pine tree, it's amazing.
Yeah. So, you know, after a long day of having fun, cycling around, swimming, you know, that's kind of what you need. So, yeah, we have another like bedroom. We have a shower, but it's okay. I guess I don't need to show you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's great to know that you have 2 big areas that people can separate through the sliding doors, or they can keep them open if they like. But it's like if they travel in a group, they can have like the boys' room and the girls' room, and it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's very versatile, those kinds of houses.
Yeah, we take requests, you know, if you want to have separate bedrooms, we'll do that for you. But yeah, actually, we don't have beds. So people who love beds and who don't like to sleep on futon, like traditional mattress, Japanese mattress, like, well, sorry guys, but
yeah, but futon is great. Even some people that feel like they would not like, but they have never tried it before, usually they like, because when you sleep in futon, it's really better for your back. Yeah, and you can rest more. I feel like I can rest more. It's like if I sleep 8 hours in a futon, I get much more actually relaxed than if I sleep in a normal bed.
Well, here you go. No problem then.
Yeah, I guess people just have to give it a try.
Yeah, it's like an experience, the cultural experience, you know. It's like you go to Japan, you try to eat with chopsticks, you try to sleep in a traditional mattress and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking with us.
No
You must be
problem.
really tired. Have a good
No.
night's sleep.
Yeah, have a great day.
Stay healthy around there.
Thank you. You
I
too.
hope
Take
so. And I
care.
hope I can go back and see you in person.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah.
very soon. I don't know, but
You
hopefully.
should try the homestay next time. I'm sure you will
Yeah,
like go crazy
definitely.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I will do that. And the people I want to take also are in that mindset. So
Mm-hmm.
currently I'm doing either consultant for people who want to go by themselves or
Mm-hmm.
companies who want to create a route in Japan and want to know
Mm-hmm.
what to do for their
Mm-hmm.
own clients.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they are like already in a group or they are like students of Japanese language and they want to travel as a group or something like that, if they are already in a group, I can also go with them. But mostly I would say like 80% it's the consultant work. So it's like I prepare everything for them and I discuss with them what they want and I help them book the things or guide them through the tourist operators that can book the things for them in order for them to actually enjoy Japan. So,
Yeah.
but I don't actually go with them. I like to go with people, but only if they're people that I would see them getting along with each other and I would see them getting along with me because that's the only point of going is actually enjoying the place and the company. So if I get a group of people that feel like they want to leave that side of Japan and are, as you said, brave enough to go there, yeah, for sure, I will go back and do the homestay.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Well, your job sounds really fun though.
Now I don't have it because no one is traveling, but
Well, you
I
see,
hope they will resume traveling.
you're finding ways to keep yourself busy and active. That's good.
Yeah, sure, because I don't feel there's any point in getting depressed. It's like, do
Yeah.
what you can. Don't focus in
Yeah.
what you can't do. Do what you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So thank you
So
so much.
let's, yeah.
I will upload I will upload this video on the YouTube channel. And I
Mhm.
will give you the link when I uploaded it. Probably will be something like June next month because I'm doing a lot
Okay.
of these talks. So
Okay.
if
Okay. No
some
worries.
people contact you after they see this video,
Yep.
probably will already be June.
Oh, okay. Thank you
That's
anyway
fine
for
for
like
you?
introducing our island. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yasuminasai.
you. Oyasuminasa. Bye bye.